95% of business owners are making this mistake that literally costs them thousands of dollars in the long run. So imagine this. You're a business owner and somebody comes to sue you, right, for $500,000. Your insurance won't cover it. You don't have the money to pay for it. You have nowhere to go. This honestly happens more than you think. For one, a lot of business owners are subject to lawsuits, are subject to defamation claims, are subject to having their money taken and stripped away from them. The biggest reason that most of these business owners go through these things is because of the lack of liability and coverage when things get rough. Working in the insurance industry, one of the biggest mistakes that I see most business owners make is relying on the basic policies that they just get online or that somebody recommends to them that really don't care about the validity and the longevity of their business. The water heater that was broken within a home. A general contractor came out to fix the water damage and ended up actually causing 10 times more damage to the home. There was water that was leaking out of the roof, water that was leaking through the walls, and it actually got all the way down to the personal property regarding everything that those people owned in that home. So people did what's right, and they went after the general contractor's liability and said, hey, we're going to sue you. Now that was around $50,000 to $100,000 in water damage. The contractor literally had no form of coverage. Now, ask yourself, if you were ever sued and you didn't have coverage and they end up winning that lawsuit, who's going to be paying out of pocket? Now, there are a few ways to fix this, of course, and the biggest one is going to be carrying some type of liability policy. Now, there's 3 different policies here that I want to present to you, really 4. I'll give you a bonus one at the end, but general liability is going to be, one of the most basic policies. Is going to cover your liability. It's going to cover any property claims. So if you're a roofer, if you're somebody that does general contracting on homes, carrying a general liability policy is literally one of the best things that you can do for yourself. It's going to protect your assets. It's going to protect your home. It's going to protect your family and everything you work so hard for. Now, say you're a consultant, say you own an agency, say you talk to multiple different people, you own a marketing or advertising agency, and somebody comes after you and says, this person defamed me, this person did blah, blah, blah to me, right? They can say whatever in a defamation case. And if you don't have any type of liability insurance and they end up being true, it's a sad case. I've literally seen multitudes of businesses go through this exact same situation. The real big action to take is getting some form of coverage. Now, without coverage, you're, going to be paying out of pocket for the rest of your life, essentially, whether it's $100,000 or $1 million or even more. And that really leads to a business's financial ruin. It's really hard to come back from things like that. So there are a few other options for you. You can carry in a commercial umbrella. Now, a commercial umbrella is one of the biggest policies, but if you're doing, say you're a car dealer, say you own a mechanic shop, you're doing a lot of businesses with a lot of different high value items, you're going to have commercial umbrella insurance, and that commercial umbrella insurance is going to ensure that you are covered for maximum amounts of coverage. Now, when I mean maximum amounts of coverage, that can range anywhere from $1 million to $30 million. It just depends on who you go with and what you really need within your situation to best help fit your needs. And if you're an aspiring business owner watching this video and you don't have any form of coverage, really the biggest one is going to be your personal umbrella. Now, this is going to cover up to $1 million all the way to $10 million. And having some form of liability coverage is going to really protect you in the most dire situation where you don't have money to pay for things, where somebody can come after you in 30 years, essentially. Now, having a personal umbrella is really going to make sure that you are covered in the event that you don't have any coverage, right? So it can be anything from an auto claim, somebody coming after and chasing you. It can be anything from your own business that you're starting up and somebody wants to sue you for copying or doing things that, just aren't in the norm. And, it comes out to a real financial ruin for anybody, right? Nobody wants to get charged hundreds of thousands of dollars just because they don't have the coverage. And again, these personal umbrellas are ranging anywhere from $1 to $10 million. Very, very inexpensive as well. Around $400 to $600 for your personal umbrella, but it's going to cover everything that you need. Your personal umbrella also adds to your home coverage. So if you rent an apartment, if you own a home, it's going to add to your personal liability within that as well. So usually I give people $500,000 of personal liability and another $1 million in the umbrella, bringing the total to $1.5 million. So in all actuality, you need more than just the minimum, because the minimum is going to give you minimum coverage. It's going to give you minimum results. It's going to give you minimum expectations based on what you're doing, based on your liability coverage, and based on the work that you're providing and services for people. In the event that you're sued for $100,000, you carry $50,000 of contractor liability, you're going to be paying $50,000 to whoever sued you. And in the event that you don't have that money to pay for it, well, that's years and years and years of your life that are gone away from your business, away from what you actually want to preserve, and now you're at fault. One of the biggest mistakes that I personally see with business owners and entrepreneurs, contractors, consultants, agency owners, is that they think it just won't happen to them. Now, if you see people at the top getting sued, right? You see Apple getting sued for hundreds of millions of dollars. If you see people that are either general contractors and made really successful businesses getting sued for millions of dollars, what do you think that the person that is not trying to get over you next, or the person that's behind your back looking at you, trying to make sure that you aren't getting the full value that you deserve, is going to make sure that they sue you, right? It's going to happen to anybody, and it can happen to anybody. And really having the best form of coverage is going to be the best way to protect yourself, protect your financial future, protect your business, and protect everything you work so hard for. I'm going to end this video off with a call to action. Of course, I want you to go and review your own policy right now. Talk to your agent. If you have anybody that, is even helping you with your insurance, talk to them and say, hey, what is my liability limits? What am I covered for within my home? What am I covered for within my personal umbrella? What am I covered for within my business, right? What is my liability limits? What does it actually mean to have liability coverage? If you're an agency owner, a consultant, if you're a homeowner and your coverage is under $1 million, there's a problem. Most lawsuits right now are settling for over $440,000. So imagine if you only carry $300,000 in your home policy, where you're going to be missing out on thousands of dollars. For one, I want you to blame your agent because they didn't inform you and actually pick out the whys of your decisions and make sure that you have the right coverage. Make sure that you're fully protected. And since they didn't do that, you're subject to thousands of dollars in damages for your future, for your business, and everything else. Now, if you want to speak with an agent, if you don't have an agent, my name is Keith Coleman Jr. I'm here in Plano, Texas, and I would love to be able to help you out and make sure your business is insured properly, whether you're doing contract, agency ownership, whether you're doing small business, even if you're a barbershop, you need to make sure that you have some form of coverage because anything can go wrong. Anybody can come after you. It's their legal duty to come after you. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you guys next week.